has failed special log acquisition by opportunity. Proposal for saturation log in the cased hole. Objectives 1. Acquisition of saturation log in cased hole by opportunity. Calculate the current field saturation in the unit gadget 1, which is the main producer unit, and run in the section of gadget 2, gadget 3, and gadget 4 for evaluation not affected by rock type or mineralogical content. 2. Confirm the oil-water contact after more than 5 years of production and evidenced the water movement from the aquifer from a northwest direction. Acquisition of the neutron log for calculation the porosity in the well with only log-wired dual logs includes gamma and resistivity affected by the signal by the drilling rate. 4. Calibrate petrophysics of well with neutron open hole logs. Thus, calibrate the porosity with the well S1, well S2, well S3, and well S5. Evaluate the prospectivity of Gagita sands with oil and gas shows. Log evaluation not affected by rock type or mineralogical content. Goals: evaluate the fluid saturation after more than 5 years of production. The aim is to identify the lowest known oil. To reduce the uncertainty of the volume of the oil in the situ and the recovery factor in the Gagita formation in well as field. 3. Acquire information on parameters that flow carrying out an update of the petrophysics, static, and dynamic models of the well as field to optimize production forecasts. 4. Acquire information that allows supporting the definition of the development plan and the reserve audit process. Analysis. Good indicates are well S3, well S5, and well S7. Currently, well S7 has the intervention. However, depending on the enough red hole after sand clean out operation for running the logs. Moderate investment to update the characterization of the two reservoirs, which is around 110,000 US dollar, including the processing and interpretation of the saturation log by service company Baker. A possible scenario is that the uncertainty of the lowest known oil for Gagita cannot be resolved. Cutoff of Gagita 1 is around 25 for the resistivity defined in well S3 upper of the structure. Cutoff of 40 of resistivity defined in well 7. in the lower segments of the structure. First, using the cutoff gadget 1 of 25 omega meter, the sense unit with oil show in the well S in Gajita has matched with FEL and can have oil saturation. The resistivity case log can allow evaluate the fluid saturation independent of the mineralogical content. Shell cutoff is around the gamma is around 157 API, applies in the S and V field. Possible to identify the shell sands based on the FEL. Here is the stratigraphic correlation at the datum Gajita 1. The first one is the Gajita 1, which is stable in the V and S field, and this part is the Uni, which is thicker and stable in V and S field. So from the well S3, we can see the cutoff of gadget 1 is 25 for resistivity. The sense unit with oil shows, and in the well V1 sidetrack in Gajita has matched with FEL and can have oil saturation. So this part is 25. The resistivity kist or log can allow evaluate the fluid saturation independent of the mineralogical content. So field as wells. Shell cutoff is 157 API for gamma, which can be seen from the L7 and S8. This is the cutoff. Integrated evaluation table for opportunities to run CO and neutron log. Well, S3 saturation structure position is highest, and with the oil show, unit interested includes Gajita 4, thickness around 20 feet, resistivity range from the new sands around 17 to 26. Red hole is around 139 feet. The current production is around 173 barrels per day. BSW 42%. S5 high precision with oil show. The new sands includes Gajita 4 and Woody. Thickness is around 8 feet and 6 feet respectively. The resistivity range around 20 to 25 omega meter. Red hole 407 feet. Current production 387 barrels per day with 16% of BSW. Well, S7 is in the lower in the structure with oil show. The new size includes gadget 1, gadget 2, and gadget 4. Thickness together 22 feet. Red hole 147 after work service in 2023. The latest production is 190 barrels per day with 46 of BSW. The sand production 0.5 ppb and drawdown was controlled. Wells S7, 9, the lowest in the structure without oil show. The new size includes gadget 4 with lower resistivity and woolly size. Thickness around 37, but resistivity is less than 20 omega meter. Red hole 197 feet. Latest production 190 barrels with 46 BSW. Also controlled production. Whereas one high to central area in the structure with oil show. New size includes gadget 1 to gadget 4, together 34 of the thickness. Resistivity around 20 to 25 and red hole 270 feet. The latest production is 57 barrels per day with 96 BSW. PDP around 0.4. Well, S2, high to central area with oil show. New size includes gadget 1, gadget 4. Thickness together 23 feet. Resistivity ranges from 20 to 25. Red hole 185 feet. The latest production is around 51 barrels with 97% BSW. 0.3 PTP of the sand production. Well, S10 in the high and south area without oil show. Only is the new sand. 4 feet for shooting. Resistivity is high, 50. Red hole around 200 feet. Latest production 143 barrels per day with 76% BSW. Well, S8 high to south area without oil show. No new size. Qualitative metric evaluation ESP service with SAO and logs and screens. So basically low risk for kissed hole logs. Pour after of a hole ESP, risk low. Sand clean up with VACS, medium risk. Ryan hole scraper, lower risk. Kissed hole logging, lower risk. Ryan hole and set completion screens, low risk. run a whole ESP system, low risk. The sand cleaning out. The risk is medium, considering the possibility of the fluid losses and the compactation of the sand. In offset wells, the use of VECS tool is considered to mitigate the risk. This tool was used in the previous intervention in this field with good performance. Also, as a contingency, we'll be considering organic peels and sand baler tool. Risk evaluation. The operation magnetability is high to medium, and the probability to fulfill with the job as per produce described is high. Possibility of success 90%. The main risk associated with the completion is related to the pulling of the completion screens and vertex in future wall intervention that could require fishing operation due to the sand. All of tool and the safety joint are included in the completion string design. AFE case log totally is around 111,000 US dollar. This includes the well line around 57,000, rig and orchis 25,000, wireline contingent 28,000. Reversion well S3. S3 new yard wall includes Gagita 20 feet. This part is the current produced unit from 1177.1 to 11.2076 5 feet, and this part is the best 10 feet. This is the potential from 11.925 to 11.945 20 feet. So this part is the from the log we can see the forecast is around 1.2%. With oil show. As 3 current mechanical status unplanned. This is the current well status. This is the current interval opened, 15 feet. Here is the packer position, which is at 11,930 feet of MD. This is the completion plan. Which includes the make the packer a little deeper to 11,966 feet of MD, and then open the new sense of 26 feet. This is the proposal invoice. S3 inventory of the opportunities. This is the produced invoice, 15 feet. Current production 258 barrels per day with 17% of water. The ESP run life is around more than 1 year. Exploring. So total it was 19 feet. The invoice in red with potential, but there are some recommended for shooting and not recommended for shooting because they are close to oil-water contact and high water cut since the beginning. Mirador is exploratory formation. At this moment, it is not possible to development. Revision of well S5. Since reservoir point from the reservoir point of view, the well has 24 feet in lower Gajita sands unit with very stable oil production and very low water cut. Oil rate 487 barrels per day, water rate 37 barrels per day of water. So BSW 7%. Sand production 0.27 ppb. The latest well service was done in 2020 because run life of ESP and not sand plug after work service has been found. Not sanding problem in this well. 28 feet in lower Gajita with oil and gas shows, but reservoir quality very poor in comparison of Gajita 1. Oil and gas shows were identified in Uni formation, and the well has a good structural position, 12 feet in Uni formation, with oil shows and structural position above of the regional oil-water contact defined at 9,813 feet TVDSS. Interval of the interest in Uni are 12,014 and 1217, these 3 feet, and 12,068 to 12,077, which 9 feet. However, the sand bodies in the well are poor in quality in comparison of S1, S2, still producing in the Uni, and S3 with the historical production in Uni. A landing cooler is installed in downhole at 12,244 feet of MD, allowing the logging of the interesting section of Gajita and Uni formation. The potential of the Gajita and Uni formation looks very poor. So current producing interval, including 8 plus 16 feet of 24 feet. This is the Lower Gajita, and the Uni. The Uni potential, the uncertainty is the resistivity is low, lower than 25 omega meters. Here we can see their oil show in the lower Gajita. Although there are some also there are oil and gas show in lower Uni, but the resistivity is less than 25, which could be water. This is the Uni correlation. S1, Uni not tested. S8, Uni producing from 2018. S1, Uni production from 2013. S2, producing from Uni from 2013. S3, producing from Uni from between 23 to 2019. S6, the Uni was not tested. This is the S5. S7, Uni tested in 2019. So S5, inventory of the opportunity. The upper Gajita 1 is the current producing interval. Latest production 387 barrels per day with 16% BSW. The ESP run life around 808 days. New intervals of Gajita includes the RT based on gamma and porosity is seal based on the FEL because RT and based on the gamma. The porosity is around 8%, low porosity. The Uni log shape different in two common produced sand. The production tested down deep in S7, S5, Uni good structure position, but resistivity low and not massive sand body. This is the S5 Gajita production history. Basically producing very stable. From 2014 around 500 barrels per day without water. After the middle of 2019, the production decreased to 300 barrels per day with very low oil water BSW. Sand production around 0 to 5 ppb. This is the forecast. There is around 140,000 barrels incremental in the lower Gajita. Revision for well S7. Based on the oil shows during drilling operation in 2018, the well has sand units with good oil and gases shows. Sand plug after work service 2023 at 11,454 4 feet of MD. This means 96 feet for logging. Then it is required clean the complete red hole for running log in the total Gajita units. Additional risk during work service operation. Because in the last work service in 2023, the sand cleaning operation was a challenge. A sand braid plug is installed in downhole 11,505 feet MD, and separation the Woonie formation. Then the interval of Woonie formation cannot be logged. There is a plot. Probably the uncertainty of the low known water level in Gajita could be not resolved. Identification of the sands with oil and gases. This is the top of sand in the work service in 2023. This is the S7 FEL. So for well S7, totally 30,000 barrels incremental in the lower Gajita. This is the well mechanical status currently produced. Open the interval is this part, and here is the bridge at 11,505 feet. Here is the sand, top of the sand, 11,454 feet at the end of the work service in the 2023. So the red hole is around 96 feet. This is the proposed. Revision of wells S9. The current producer interval is 12 feet. In the lower Gajita, this part 15 feet of medium quality sand, but resistivity is less than 25 omega meters. This is also low resistivity, not considered. The Woonie also low resistivity. This part is below of the Woonie oil water contact regional. So for this well, high uncertainty with the resistivity less than 25. Interval below of the oil water contact in Woonie. This is the S7 mechanical status. The top of the sand at 11,212 feet at the end of the last year's work service, with a red hole 172 feet This is the proposed intervention. This is the S7 production history produced from 2018 with around 200 barrels per day, but high BSW from the beginning. Because this well, the Wuni oil water test were close. Revision well S1. Gajita new interval includes 34 feet. This well is currently producing from Wuni with 26 feet. So for all Gajita 1, 2, 3, 4 not producing. From the FEL, we can see there's a good oil and gas shows in the Gajita. This is the inventory of S1. Currently producing from Wuni with around 57 barrels per day and BSW 96 opportunities in the Gajita, totally 34 fish. Gajita thin layers and low porosity, probably with high water cut since the very beginning. Mirado is expandatory formation in the long-term plan depending on the business case. This is the current raw status producing from Wuni with 26 feet. This is a proposed completion, putting a packer between Gajita and Wuni and opened totally 35 feet in the Gajita. Reversion of well S2. Well S2 evaluation of a kissed hole logging. The current producing 16 feet from Wuni, and here is the potential in the Gajita. So in the upper Gajita, we can see some oil and gas show. This is the current well status producing from Wuni with and total MD 11,913 feet of MD. This is the proposed completion plan, setting a packer at 11,620 feet and totally in the Gajita 23 feet. Current production from Wuni 46 barrels per day with 97% BSW. The ESP has already more than 3,444 days. Gajita as main option into commercial area in December 2022 short-term plan can open this Gogeta potential. Mirador is an exploratory formation. At this moment, it is not possible to develop. Reversion well S10. Since from the reservoir point of view, the well had 29 feet in lower Gogeta sands with production. Additionally, 4 feet in Uni formation with oil shows and structurally positioned above of the regional oil water contact, defined at 9,813 feet TVDSS. The well has a very stable production. Oil rate 182 barrels per day, water rate 400 barrels per day, BSW 69%, sand production 1.6 PTB. The last well service was done in 2020. Stable production since then. A float cooler is installed in downhole at 10,983 feet of MD, allowing the logging of the section in only interested. With this well, could it be possible to evaluate the Uni extension towards south of the structure. However, only 4 feet with potential. Additionally, the Uni interval in this well has correlation with the bits of the interval in S8 open in production. Then the interval in S10 could be joined or with high BSW. S10 new interval Uni formation. Relax evaluation allows interpretation of oil gravity, liquid phase, and commonly content water. Carbon 1 divided by carbon 2 ranges between 2 and 4 may indicate low gravity oil. WH exceed 40 may indicate residual oil, very low gravity. BH less than WH and WH exceed 40 may indicate very low gravity or residual oil, commonly content water. CH exceed 0.5 may confirm a liquid phase. OI and IO between 0.4 and 1 may indicate residual oil. So this part, carbon 1 divided by carbon 2, nearly 3, indicate low gravity oil. S10 Uni interval for shooting. Only this part, 4 feet. This is the resistivity. Correlation S10 S8 from in the south area of the field. S10 Uni interval has correlation with the bits of the interval in S8. So the interval in S10 could be GN or with high BSW. This is the S10 performance in Gogeta. In the latest test, the intake pressure 1803 psi, oil rate 182 barrels per day, with BSW 69%, sand production 1.6 pdb, and chloride 400 ppm. So S7, the lower Gogeta. The sand is poorer than the well V2 sidetrack, well V4 sidetrack, with the gamma 120 resistivity ranges from 20 to 30. So gamma ray is high. Resistivity is not high. S9, very poor sand in lower Gogeta. The gamma ray content 95 to 130. Resistivity is only 20. Gogeta 4, the gamma ray 100 to 130, and the resistivity is very low, less than 20, around 12, very low. S5, in Gogeta 4, the gamma ray 80, but the resistivity is around only 10, could be water. S3, in the Gogeta 2, gamma ray around 150 to 160, very poor sand. Gogeta 4, gamma ray 110 to 120. This number is high. Well, V5, lower Gogeta with very good productivity, but gamma ray is only 40 to 60. This is can be compared to the Gogeta 1 mean production interval. Gogeta 2 40 to 60, Gogeta 4 40 to 65, and the gamma ray in the mean Gogeta 1 is 50 to 60, Gogeta 2 60 to 90, Gogeta 4 125. Well, we sidetrack. Gogeta 1, gamma ray 35 to 70, resistivity 20 to 30. Gogeta 2, gamma ray 60 to 85 with resistivity 25 to 40. This is also good productivity. Gogeta 4, 80 to 105, gamma ray 30 to 35. Well, 7, lower Gogeta questionable water. Gogeta 2, gamma ray 95 to 105 with resistivity 30 to 40. Gogeta 4, gamma ray 60 to 105 with resistivity 28 to 41. So this the lower Gauge were with questionable water. We can see the cutoff for net P may be 85 gamma ray and the resistivity 30. We have two side track. In the gadget 2, the gamma ray ranges from 70 to 110. These tend to be water. We can see the cutoff for net P 85 of gamma ray. We have 4 side track. Lower Gauge 2, gamma ray 90 to 105. No resistivity. It tends to be water. So evaluation of the kissed hole in the V field Gauge net P cutoff. V5 lower Gauge good productivity with gamma ray of 40 to 65, resistivity 60 to 126 omega meters. V1 sidetrack lower Gauge with good productivity. The gamma ray ranges from 60 to 80. Resistivity ranges from 25 to 40 omega meter. Well, V7 lower Gauge with questionable water. Gamma ray ranges from 60 to 105. Resistivity ranges from 28 to 41 omega meter. V2 sidetrack. The lower Gauge tends to be water, with gamma ray ranges from 85 to 110. No resistivity. V4 sidetrack. Lower Gauge tends to be water, with gamma ray ranges from 90 to 105 without resistivity. So we can get a conclusion. The V Gauge net P cutoff, gamma ray less than 80, resistivity higher than 25 omega meter. The S lower Gauge, very poor sand. S3 very poor sand in lower Gauge. The gamma ray ranges from 110 to 112, 20, with the resistivity around 17 to 30. This is poorer than well V2 sidetrack. V4 sidetrack. So possibly with water. Well, S5 lower Gauge 4, the gamma ray is around 80, but the resistivity is very low, only 10, possibly water. Because in the V7 Gauge 4, resistivity 20 to 30 omega meter is water. Well, S7 very poor sand in lower Gauge. The gamma ray is around 120, with the resistivity between 20 to 30. This is poorer than well V2 sidetrack with gamma 70 to 110. Well, V4 sidetrack with gamma ray 90 to 105. So it could be water. Well, S7, 9, very poor sand in lower Gauge with gamma ray ranges from 95 to 120, Resistivity ranges from 12 to 20. This is poorer than with 2 side track with gamma ray 70 to 110. V4 side track gamma ray 90 to 105. Possible water. Drilling and workover evaluation. In the S1, the completion in this well can be done as per technical requirement. During the perforating job, and the correlation with gamma ray will be highly necessary to ensure pay zone correctly perforated as per design. Even in front some end walls, the cement quality is not good. There are enough hydraulic seals between them and with the woolly formation. S2. The mechanical condition of this well is appropriate for completion in Gajita formation. S3. Currently, cement quality allows perform the recompletion in the Gajita formation as planned. There is a medium operational risk regarding the sand clean out in a well which does not allow circulation at surface and Parker milling operation and no circulation allowed. S5. The new invoice in the completion proposal has a very good isolation due to the cement bond is excellent with an average amplitude of 2 MV. In this section, there is a good adherence between casing cement formation that guarantee isolation between perforating intervals. There will be a red hole of 247 below last perforating intervals proposed to manage sand production. Well, S7, the new interval in completion proposal has a very good isolation due to the cement bond is excellent with an average amplitude of 1 MV. In this section, there is a good adherence between the casing cement formation that guarantee isolation between perforating intervals. Good cement distribution is showed by ultrasonic imaging log. The distance between last perforation and the top of a bridge plug is enough to confirm with gamma ray the bottom interval. It is necessary to verify the top of a bridge plug to develop the perforating plug. After perforating of the new intervals will be only 23 feet of red hole to manage sand decanting with the risk to create a sand plug and lost production of this interval. Well, S8. With the current cement condition, this well is not a good candidate for new intervals proposed due to the cement presence is very poor along planned intervals. There are not hydraulic seals. There is not cement adherence behind the casing. Then all the intervals are connected. Above the top of the first interval, The amplitude have values from 15 to 28 MV. Poor cement distribution is confirmed by our ultrasonic imaging log. It is recommended to perform a cement squeeze operation to create a hydraulic seal for proposed intervals. The new interval will production communication each other. It is not guaranteed that cementing remedial operation will be successful. S8 chair analysis. Location: Wheatfield, Sir, is located Lianos Basin in Jupa, Orankill, and Mani municipality. Contractual and current status. Contractor. Effective date. Caprico contractor. Starting from May 25, 2002. Participant interest 50%. Operation. Current status. The well as field was producing and commerciality modality since August 27, 2013 in the Uni Formation and since May 25, 2015 at the level of Gajita Formation. In structure, 2 platforms, 9 well drilled, availability data, nuclear logs in S1, S3, S5, and S10. All wells with resistivity logs and open hole. Stratigraphy and structural consideration. Here is the structural correlation. S10 143 barrels per day, BSW 70% full. S8 40 barrels per day, BSW 29. S1 56 barrels per day, BSW 65%. S2 50%, BSW currently 97%. S3 173 barrels per day with current production water 42%. Structure in the Model 1. This is the structure in the Model 2. Based on the seismic interpretation, interpreting structure as antistatic normal fault with a potential opportunity in the food water. Two structures identified, A and B. Uncertainty related to the mapping, fault shadow, and loss of resolution difficulty. For the well as B. This is located at the boundary of the seismic acquisition, not fault. However, in the regional review using the 2D seismic interpretation, it's possible to verify the extension. Same two structures are possible to identify the upper and lower stratigraphic levels due to the difficulties to the following the level interested. This is the structural extension evidenced in the geomorphology. This is the depth map. This is the Uni and Gajita. Uncertainties includes fault reliefs in extension textures, normal force, high possibility of deep ranging behavior. First strike, mean strike in the 965E, struck near M50E, sensitivity of about 80 meters in fault zone area. 2. Number of fault reliefs, possibility of more fault reliefs masked by seismic resolution at the area boundary of acquisition. Seismic processing, low resolution, artifact while trying to enhance the signal. Production S1, the total production 563,000. S2, 510,000 barrels oil. S3, 366 million barrels. S5, 1,406,000 barrels. S6, in the Mirador, only 10,000 barrels. S7, Gajita, 728,000 barrels. S8, Uni, 474 thousand barrels. S9 in Gajita, 765,000 barrels. S10 in Gajita, 207,000 barrels. S8, the latest production, the intake pressure 2,689 psi, oil rate 37 barrels per day, water cut 96.5%, salt production 0.4 ppb, chloride 707 ppm. Background S8 sparked at July 1st, 2018. Drilling finished at August 6, 2018 with MD total depth 11,080 feet. Start production from August 13, 2018 with 500 barrels per day and BSW 26%. In September 3rd, 2018, 21 days later, water suddenly increased BSW nearly 100%, and cement squeezing workover from November 16th to November 26th. Restart production from November 27 7, 2018 with 315 barrels per day and 40% BSW. This is the cement quality checking in the August 2018 and after squeezing in November. Mechanical status. Producing from wood. Totally 18 plus 8, 19 feet. This is the well test recording. We can see in the September 18, the BSW suddenly increased from 26 to 63, then 99.4%. After squeezing drop, the BSW decreased to 41%. But at the end of October 2023, the BSW suddenly increased from 76% to nearly 97%. Critical performance in 2024. This is the only liquid rate and BSW. So, gradually influx of the aquifer, or gradual of the cement. In November, down a radical drop due to bad cement quality since the very beginning. Reservoir analysis confirmed the mechanical problem. The well recovered production, but restart with higher water than the initial performance 2018. Then at 2020 February, BSW increased from 55% to 65%. At the beginning of November 23, the BSW increased from 76% to 94%. Reservoir analysis conclusion is mechanical problem, probably again cement quality failure. This is the V-field woody. Similar BSW behavior was observed in the V2 side track. In the 2014 June, BSW increased from 78% to 92%, and V8 in 2015 BSW increased from 69% to 92%. This is the production performance. You can see BSW suddenly increased from 55% to 65% in February 2020. And then at the end of October 2023, from the BSW increased from 76% to current 96%. Sand production around 0.2 to 1.5 ppb. Chlorine production keeps stable around 2,885 ppm. This is the chain curve diagnosis. Chain analysis. Mechanical communication, probably with the channel, due to poor cement quality. Based on this condition, the valve has the risk to increase water production if the frequency is increased for incremental of the total fluid rate. Mechanical failure starting 31st October 2023. This is the Ramos curve diagnosis. It also shows the mechanical failure. Programmer. Forward plan. Due to the recognition of the mechanical problem, 3 alternatives are recognized. First is the cementing remedial job. 2. Water conformance, relative permeability modifier, RPM, and water comfort blocking geoling agent. For cement remedial job, budget 873,000. Risk: injection test, not able to inject completion fluid due to high pumping pressure. Well integrity affected by one perforation without cement, allowing communication to the perforation, allowing water production. Relative permeability modifier, budget 742,000 US dollar. The risk is production test residual PSW in values lower than 5%, not able to increase the oil, even the water cut is reduced, because the RPM are not designed to increase the oil production. Blocking geo agent, budget 762,000 US dollar. The risk is production test completely block wound formation. This is the decision tree program. Pull up of the ESP and run a hole the 7 feet scraper to 11,000 feet. Run a hole valve line logs, circumferential scan tool, cement bond log, CBL, and the kids evaluation. RMT 3D 2.5 reservoir monitor tool for oil, water, and gas saturation. We test to be good cement, 100% water saturation. Run a whole ESP, keep current well condition, probably of occurrence good cement quality 70%. If it is no, be able to cement squeezing. Cement squeezing possibility of success 40% with cost 873,000. If it is no, water conference RPM probability of success 40%. Water oil blocking with gel possibility of success 50%. This is the risk analysis. Qualitative metric evaluation. Basically, the rain-hole ESP, risk low, rain-hole log, cement evaluation of with the saturation log, risk is low, rain-hole wireline perforating squeezing at wall, based on cement log evaluation, risk is low, rain-hole cement retainer to perform cement squeeze, risk low, rain-hole cementing string, and perform injection test, high risk. Perform the cement squeeze job, medium risk. Cement drill act, low risk. Rain-hole ESP, low risk. The injection test, risk distribution. Description: not able to inject completion fluid due to high pumping pressure. Overcome metric pumping pressure allowed. Well integrity affected by one perforation without cement. Allow communication to the formation. Allow water production. Squeezing job, not able to inject. Total supply plant. So basically the casing integrity of the well, porosity of probability of success 40%. This is the using the relative permeability modifier. The perform RPM injection job, medium risk. Production test after RPM treatment, high risk. RPM injection, not able to inject the treatment due to the maximum pumping pressure reached. Fracture gradient 0.7 psi per feet. Production test. Reduce the BSW in the values lower than 5%. Treatment life not longer than 2 to 4 months. Not able to increase the oil. Even the watt cut is reduced. RPM are not designed to increase the oil production. This is the blocking geo-agent risk analysis. Perform geo-agent injection job, medium risk. Production test of the geo treatment, high risk. Geo injection, the risk is that not able to inject the treatment due to the maximum pumping pressure is reached. Fracture gradient 0.7 psi per feet. Production test. Completely block wound formation. Deep penetration of the blocking gel. Needs to be re-perforation. Fracturing job could be needed. Not able to isolate any section between CSE and the open hole section. Conclusion and recommendation. From the stratigraphic and structural issue, possibility of recovered wound formation. Petroleum system work tested with high hydraulic rates generated. Uncertainty. Possibility of fault relief close to the well S8 position due the low resolution at the boundary of the seismic acquisition. From the development point of view, poor cement and wound formation at the beginning of the production, chain graphic indicates mechanical communication. Reason for the developing the work of squeeze workover job. Cement squeezing workover during November 2018 was successful, but possibly still with channel. Upper part of the perforated interval with possible troubles with the cement. Equal poor cement below the perforated zone. Mechanical communication probably worsened with the channel. The mechanical failure started at the end of October 2023. BSW increased from 76 to current 96%. From development point of view, the overall success rate is low due current cement quality along all intervals and below of the sense is good based on log interpretation of the cement remedial job. The best option is perforated this section and inject a blocking gel agent, but the success 50%. Risk is new squeeze perforation. Integrity of the casing will be compromised. 100% water could be produced. The valve would be lost. From Halliburton's log expert, the probability to down not allow performing a new squeezing is medium to high, even with using gel fluids. Recommendation: keep the well producing and the current condition in the next ESP service by opportunity. Be ready to carry out the logging operation to allow better real condition of the well and create an effective, efficient action plan to recovery oil production if it is possible to, based on the log interpretation. Will escalate 6 status this year and forward plan. Constructural and current status. The background: the well was drilled in August 2018 as exploratory well located towards west of S3 and S5, and the main target was Mirador Formation. The target was reached 8 feet lower than prognosis. Mirador top was found at 8,932 TVDSS, with a directional plan at 15 feet of distance of central of target into the tolerance radius. Since the beginning of the well had a very poor cement quality due lack of isolation above and below Mirador in twisting zone until TD. A cementing remedial job squeezing was required to have the operation for perforating the shooting of the interval for production. While completion job USIT CBL logs were run observing very poor cementing quality below Mirador. decided to release the drilling rig to continue drilling campaign and come back with workover rig to perform remedial job and completion. Cement remediation in two reservoirs were performed, in Gajita and Mirador. Mirador squeeze with a micro cement as following: 6.9 barrels in the lower perforation from 10,387 feet to 10,387 feet, 0.5 barrels in the upper perforation. Gajita conversional squeeze was performed. 7 barrels of micro cement successfully squeezed with 5 hesitation cycles. Final pressure 4,000 psi. Zero admission during the remedial job in the Gajita in the upper perforation from 11,236 feet to 11,238 feet. Squeezing job results: successfully zonal isolation and seal only in the target section in Mirador formation, not successful in Gajita section. Well S6 is the unique well open in production in Mirador formation. In well S field, 2 intervals were performed for production as following: totally 9 feet open. The well studied production in 2019 reached an average initial production of 36 barrels per day with 94% of water. Later 2020, the water cut increased to 98% and the oil rate decreased to 2 barrels per day. For this reason was closed and opened intermediately. Currently in 2024 is open with 600 barrels fluid per day, 100% water. The purpose of the TCM is to evaluate opportunities of the well, to recover production in the reservoir identified, or take a decision for abandonment. Well summary: drilled to 11,568 of MD and 10,524 feet TVD. 7 casing cementing operation had an operational problem. Mixing lead survey observed cement feed line between bull truck and cement until plugged. Stopped plugged 1 hour. Mixing 36 barrels of teal slurry in bench. Mixture observed cement field line, but truck 2 plugged. Stopped pumping 0.5 hour. No pumped top plug. Poor cement quality based on USIT, CBL, VDL, CCL, gamma logs. Squeeze 1 Gajita formation. Performed Gajita formation 11,402, 11,402 at 6 SPF. Set cement retainer at 11,370 feet. Perforated at 11,236 feet to 11,238 feet. While performing the injection test, did not obtain the circulation between the wall 11,400 feet to 11,402 and 11,236 feet and 11,238. No communication. We started to admit fluid at 3,300 psi. Perform squeeze in the lower interval by pumping 7 barrels of 13 ppg micro cement at 4,000 psi. Attempted to conduct squeeze in the upper interval. Unsuccessful. 2 injection tests were done, but the well did not admit fluid. Maximum pressure reached 4,052 psi. Squeeze 2 in Mirador Formation. Set 7 bridge plug at 10,405 feet. Perforated Mirador Formation at 10,387 feet and 10,389 feet. Set cement retainer at 10,375 feet. Perform the injection test. Fluid pumped 10.8 bbl at 0.7 bpm at 4,150 psi. Performed squeeze in Mirador interval by pumping 6.9 barrels of 13 ppg of cement. Pressure at 4,400 psi. Perforated the interval 10,357 and 10,359 at 6 SPF. Set cement retainer at 10,350 feet. Conducted the injection test. Fluid injection 0.7 barrel. Maximum pressure of 4,400 psi. Perforated squeeze. Pumped 5 barrels. 13 ppg micro cement. It was possible to inject half barrel only. Executed milling operation to 11,371 cement retainer. Perform IBC, CBL, VDL, CCL, and Montgomery. Perforated Mirador Formation at between 10,370 feet and 10,376 feet. Finished operation at November 5th, 2018. This is the injected test interval. Pressure dropped with valves close to 45 psi in 21 minutes. Totally squeezed 10.8 barrels. Squeeze Mirador Formation. The squeeze done in 2018, indicating good cement is present in the lower part of Mirador. Lower squeeze interval 6.8 barrels of 13 ppg micro cement. Upper squeeze interval only half barrel of 13 ppg micro cement. White line is the real trajectory. Nearly 40 degrees inclination and 74 degrees azimuth at TD. Black line is the prognosis plan. Results: the Mirador target was reached 8 feet lower than prognosis. Mirador top at 8,932 TVDSS. Target Mirador top at 15.23 feet of distance of the center of target. 34.86 degrees incline and 73 azimuth plan, directional plan into the tolerance radius. Mirador oil show until 10,406 feet. Thickness interval with show 46 feet of MD. Despite the thickness interval with show 43 feet MD. This is the shooting in Mirador and the well logs of log while drilling. S6 Mirador gross peak MD 21 feet plus 18 feet. S6 Mirador gross peak 21 MD P18 from SSTVD between 8,932 to 8,950 with 35 inclination. TVD is 17 feet. Petrophysical evaluation. Petrophysical analysis was performed focused on Mirador formation. Ratio calculated based on the gamma ray data with data of 230 at maximum and 45 of minimum value. Effective porosity from total porosity and ratio volume of shell for wells without nuclear data, an equation was used from the relationship between shell volume virus porosity, wells 2, wells S7, wells 7, 8, wells S9. Water saturation calculated from formation factor, resistivity data, and RW. The temperature were calculated at depth. Sand body and upper Mirador formation. Salinity from the historic data daily report. Petrophysics were run for the Mirador formation. Some logs were run as logs while drilling. Shear volume was calculated based on the gamma ray data of 20 to 45 API, maximum and minimum value. Nuclear data was used for the total and effective porosity calculation. For well without data, a relationship was performed. Nuclear logs used without environmental correlation. Possibility of and estimation of final water saturation data. For water saturation, the water resistivity was calculated based on the temperature of the formation in different wells at the depth of notorious sand body in the upper section of the formation. The salinity used corresponds from historic data of the only well opened at the Mirador until in the well at 6. Average salinity correlated around 742 ppm. Average temperature measured at 7 wells, 175 degrees. What resistivity results confirmed to open intervals in well at 6. Another upper interval show water saturation values below 1. The upper section of the Mirador Formation is shown in some wells as two sandy packets of approximately 15 feet thickness, separated from each other by a clay level of less thickness, while in the wells to the south, the upper part of this formation appears as massive package. The better values related to hydrocarbon accumulation are associated to the first sandy pack mentioned before. The properties was calculated and summarized in the following table. S1 porosity 28%, water saturation 70%. S2 porosity 22%, water saturation 81%. S3 porosity 22%, water saturation 86%. S5 porosity 21%, water saturation 60%. S6 porosity 21%, water saturation 80%. S7 100% water. S8 porosity 21% with water saturation 93%. S9 and S10 100% water. Based on the petrophysical result obtained and the typical sandy package characteristically as oil producer in the Llanos Basin, the well S1 and S5 with less than 80% water, cutoff given by 6 S6 well, can be considered as having possibility of hydrocarbon production with oil shows according to the FEL log. S1 considering the petrophysics and the cutoff and the possibility of being isolated. S5 well considered the petrophysics and the cutoffs. Despite the high structure position of S3, the cutoff used reduced the possibility of hydrocarbon. S10, S8, and S1 correlation in Mirador. S2, S3, S6 correlation in Mirador. S5, S7, S9 correlation in Mirador. This is the Mirador formation petrophysical evaluation and the Mirador formation correlation with porosity and water saturation calculation. The well as field in Mirador formation studied the production in 2019 with the well 6, which reached an average initial production of 36 barrels with 94% water due to poor cement quality not because of the reservoir quality. Later 2020, the water quality increased until 98%, and the oil rate decreased to 2 barrels per day. For this reason, it was closed and currently open with 600 barrels per day of 100% water. Cumulative oil production 10,616 barrels. Mirador formation structure interpretation. Average acre 22, net sand 20 feet, porosity 28%, oil percent 41%. Sweep initially in position 106,000 barrels. Possible resource 50 barrels per day. 50 barrels. Mirador lower potential in S1, 2, 3, 5. Only 5 to 6 effective for perforation. Mirador target initial rate, reserves expected virus current situation. Gogeta expectation DM virus, the current situation. During drilling operation, Bears identified potential in the reservoir Gogeta. Let's pay sand with potential for perforation 8 feet. Not good cement in the section. Uni. During drilling operation were identified potential in Uni, the top of the reservoir into depth of prognosis. Not good cement in this section. The upper sand has less quality than S7. That is lower in the structure. However, the second sand has good quality. The P zone could be 30 feet, but required to evaluate the reserves in this formation because there are 2 wells still producing since 2013. In well S6, well was tested the production in Mirador. However, the oil water contact is located into a good quality sand with poor vertical barriers to delay the water movement. There were tested 2 perforations, and one of them is very close to the oil water contact, and the water production is coming very fast. The cement quality in Mirador was possible to repair after the remedial drop down in 2018-19. Then the water production could be coming from aquifer and especially from the basal interval between 10,382 feet and 10,305 feet. 3 feet that is very close to the oil water contact. As field was tested in Mirador formation with a total net P of 17 feet, but only for production 6 feet as potential to avoid high water rate since the beginning of production. The estimated petroleum insulation stood in place is estimated 937,000 barrels. Due to the bad cement quality, the well S6 below Mirador formation and one interval still open in Gogeta formation during the squeeze drop. This valve could be generating some water movement vertically into the valve, and it could be literally affecting the production, performing to the surrounding valves Gogeta producer. Oil show in the mirror Gogeta thickness around 17 feet. S5 is the current Gogeta producer. S3 current Gogeta producer. Gogeta net P S6 7 feet. S3 16 feet. S5 28 feet. S7 12 feet. S9 12 feet. S10 11 feet. This is the Gogeta structural correlation. So S3 is the highest. Then S6. Production. S1 也5年 cumulative production 559,000. S2 in 5 年 507,000. S3 in Gogeta 385,000. S5 Gogeta 1,377,000 barrels. S6 in Mirador 10,000. S7 in Gogeta 728,000. S8 in Uni 470,000. S9 in Gogeta 764,000. S10 in Gogeta 197,000 barrels. This is the Gogeta. SC lowest known oil at 9,875 TVDSS in north and 9,695 feet TVDSS in the south. Squeeze Gogeta formation. This is the open interval before the remaining drop and after the remaining drop of micro cement. This is the maximum depth logged with IBC after squeeze at 11,356. In Upper Gogeta, the cement was not received, and this interval is totally opened, so it is exposed to interval of Mirador through the casing and not back to casing. Gogeta conclusions. Gogeta has potential as a reservoir, but it is found only 7 feet of P in this well. The reservoir quality is less than the other producer wells. The squeeze down in 2019 was not successful because the cement is still low quality in the Gogeta zone. Production from Gogeta requires a squeeze for improvement of cement quality, and low possibility of success was evaluated. Additionally, if the Gogeta unit is open for production, it will cause an interference with the good producer well, such as S3 and 5. S6 general location in Wuni and oil gas show. S6 in Wuni thickness in the upper is 15 feet, lower part 23 feet. This is the Wuni correlation, structural position into hydrocarbon zone. S6 is higher than S7 in Wuni tested. S6 workover opportunity changes zone from Mirador to Wuni. If we opened the 15 feet, it can produce at around 150 barrels per day initially. Structural consideration based on the seismic interpretation, interpreting structure as antithetic normal force. Two structurally identified, whereas A and B. Uncertainty related to the mapping, fault shadow, and loss of resolution difficulty. For well B, this is a descent tree. If the good quality cement at Wuni, then proceed with perforating job. Isolate open end wall and run ESP. Timing estimated 20 days. Cost estimated 686,000 US dollar. If the cement quality is not good, perform squeeze in Wuni formation, perforation job, isolation open end walls, and run ESP. Total time estimated 29 days. Cost estimated 908,000 US dollars. This is the qualitative metrics evaluation. Basically, the mile operation to 11,483 feet, medium risk. Squeeze in Wuni formation is high risk. Squeeze in Wuni formation, not possible to perform squeeze job in Wuni formation. Based on the previous squeeze done in S6, there is a high possibility that the cement pumped in the squeeze at 11,400 dropped to Wuni formation, making difficult to perform a squeeze in the formation. Possibility for success 30%. Initial USIT is required to identify the well condition. Conclusion in Wuni formation evaluation. The well at 6 is located on the hydrocarbon tested zone, the highest structural position than well at 7, which is the deeper well tested in Wuni formation. During drilling operation, had oil and gas is shown, with the prospective zone in the interval 11,437 feet and 11,452 feet MD, totally 15 feet. Costs for this intervention from 686,000 to 907,000 US dollars. However, it is very low the probability of success for the remedial job to repair the cement condition in this well. Then this option has very low feasibility. Woolley Formation has been one of the most important reservoirs in S field, with a net P from 28 feet to 99 feet, certified by external auditors with a STOIIP of 11 million barrels that has been developed since 2013. The current recovery factor is 16%. Evaluated opportunities in well as 6. Water disposal. In case of disposal in Mirador Formation, the cement condition in the well is a risk for management the control of the water movement towards surface. No flow lines in S field. This means high intervention of this project. It is not required additional disposal well, because the produced water is managed by the Los Arceas wells. Los Arceas capacity in Woolley Formation, the capacity is around 17,000 barrels per day. Forecast water virus in VF field is only 20,000 barrels per day. 2. Mirador potential. High water quality in this well, not economical production. It is not possible to produce with high rate because some bad effect could be generated in the Gajita wells, causing silent problem, water increase in the production wells. Gajita formation potential. Not good option due to the direct interference effect with S3 and S5 with the existing production wells. Gajita pressure support. Not good option due to the structure location. Require a coordinator to evaluate the project and to select the best strategy. For reservoir pressure support, Woolley potential. Low probability of success, only 30%, due to cement integrity and high cost of investment. Abandonment. One option to avoid mechanical communication from interval opened during the squeeze in 2018 in Gajita Formation. Abandonment EFE. Estimated time 10 days. Rig totally $352,000 US dollars. This is the estimated timing, totally 10 days. Risk metric. Basically, it's low. The cement job. Problem during the cement plugging. Design cement with enough thickness. Timing. To prevent the anticipated hardness. Also, verification of the pumping unit. Operability before starting the operation. Cement with low compressively strength. Perform all lab tests to guarantee the cement plug design. Also test each plug to assure the well isolation. Conclusions. Mirador Formation currently has been opened in production with 100% work cut, with cement quality improved since 2019. Since the very beginning, the well had very low oil rate, with 98 BSW. Based on the petrophysical re-evaluation, only 2 to 6 feet of the top of the formation could have potential for perforations. Gajita has potential as reservoir, but it will find only 7 feet of pay in this well. The reservoir quality is less than the other producer wells. Production from Gajita requires a squeeze for improvement of cement quality, and low possibility of success was evaluated. Additionally, if the Gajita unit is open for production, it will cause an interference with the good producer well, such as S3 and S5. Wuni has potential also as a reservoir, but it is required a squeeze for improvement of cement quality, and low possibility of success was evaluated, with low probability of success. Different opportunities to take advantage in S6 was evaluated, and those are not feasible for execution, such as Mirador injection well, producer well, and per-transport in Gajita. The well has not good chance to recover production, then the abandonment is an option. Evaluate the opportunity for abandonment of this well due to low feasibility for drainage. The volume from the reservoirs identified in this well. Recommendation 2. The abandonment options must guarantee the good isolation of Mirador, Gajita, and Wuni section to avoid mechanical problems with surface and avoiding affections of the other producer wells in the fields. Total cost expected for abandonment around $352,000 US.